Alright guys, welcome back to another Master and Apprentice LEGO review. Today we've got the new LEGO Marvel set 76292 Captain America versus Red Hulk battle. This set has 223 pieces and is a whopping $55. Now this set is going to be premiering for the brand new Captain America movie Brave New World. It's coming out sometime in the first week of February, so very soon. We wanted to get a set up before the movie came out. This has got some characters kind of debuting. Obviously, the big Red Hulk, Sam Wilson, Captain America. We have some new characters in there with Ruth Bat-Seraph and then the new Falcon as well. So this is pretty much an all new lineup of MCU characters. Altogether, this is kind of a mixed feeling set because we don't really know what to expect from the movie as it's not out yet. So we don't know how close it is to the source material based on the characters. Even the ship, we haven't seen any like spaceship or ship like this in the trailer. So this is all new material. But the obviously glaring big thing to go with this set is the $55 price tag, and we'll get towards that at the end. As the box art, it looks like it's just a battle scene flying over the city. We don't really know what city. Again, we don't really know too much about this movie. We could probably assume Washington, D.C. though. Then for the back box art, we have a cool little scene where Red Hulk is kind of holding the ship and all the characters are fighting it out. And then it's got some pictures, as you can see on the side, just different play features and functions. Just kind of showing off the ship a little bit and just the different characters. Not much else is going on here in the back box art though. The first minifigure we're going to go over is the Red Hulk. Obviously in this movie, Harrison Ford is going to be playing Thaddeus Ross, President Ross, General Ross. But in this form, he's obviously Red Hulk. This is pretty much the same version of the normal Hulk mold that we see from Marvel sets, except it's just a color swap, red. The only thing I would have liked to see is like the yellow eyes. A lot of the time when we see Red Hulk and a lot of source material, his eyes are kind of yellowed out. A little bit different than the Hulk's green eyes. So that would have been kind of nice for them to add. They just have white pupils, so there's not much else to differentiate besides him being red. The pants are just black, the hair is just black. So it's nothing of a big deal. I just would have liked that extra detail. But overall, the big mold, pretty nice. Lego always does it generally well. There's not much else going on, no extra details for printing. He does have a couple extra studs on his back. Theoretically, if you wanted to put somebody on there as if, they were riding on the back of Hulk. Although I don't know who's going to be riding on the back of Red Hulk, but there is that extra option for that. Overall, a very nice Red Hulk. This is obviously the first time we're getting it from the MCU, so it's cool to get it in Lego form. The next minifigure we're going to go over is a new minifigure. It's also a new Marvel character, is Ruth Bat-Seraph, also known as Sabra. This is a very niche character in Marvel Comics, to be honest. I've read hundreds of Marvel comics. I'm still reading comics to this day. And I've only seen her appear like in one or two comics. She's very, very niche. She's like this Israeli special forces superhero. She's pretty cool, but again, she's very new to the MCU, so we don't really know what to expect from her in the movie. In the comics, she's pretty cool. But otherwise, her character here, it looks pretty basic, no arm printing. Her torso printing looks like it's some sort of like bullet vest, just like a normal superhero costume, just with some cargo pants, and then she comes with some sort of rifle, shooter, SMG kind of gun. The hairpiece looks really just generic, but I think it works for the character. Again, we don't really know too much about the base source material, but it looks fine enough. Then on the back, you can see we take off the hairpiece. She is double-sided face as well, so different expressions, and then there's a little bit of back printing on the torso, but nothing crazy going on. Overall, pretty nice minifigure, but again, don't really know too much about it because we haven't seen the movie, and I don't even know if she's appeared in the trailer. If she did, it was very brief. So it'll be cool to see how she compares to the minifigure form in the movie. The next minifigure we have is the new Falcon, the new Falcon sidekick to the new Captain America. So not to be conspicued with the Sam Wilson Falcon, it's Joaquin Torres. We saw him in the Falcon and Winter Soldier show. He was like the sidekick to Sam Wilson in that show, and now he's the sidekick again, but now as the Falcon. So it's pretty cool to see both Captain America and the Falcon kind of getting new roles. He looked pretty good. He's kind of just decked out in militia gear. You can't really see too much other than that, just basic printing. His head printing is, again, kind of covered up with looks like headgear. There's not much detailing. He's not double-sided face. He comes with a generic helmet and like a clear visor piece, and it all looks pretty good for the most part. And then the wings are these nice brick-built rings with some like stickering. You can see on the front here, it's just some panel stickering. It looks pretty good. And if we turn it around, there's a little bit additional printing, just so that it's not all just back plates. So that's nice to have a little bit of stickering to kind of make it look good aesthetically from both the back and the front. Overall, a pretty nice figure, but again, we don't really see too much of Joaquin Torres in the trailer so much, so we don't really know what to expect from him in the movie. So it'll be, again, cool to see how he compares from minifigure to movie appearance. Then last but not least, we have the main guy himself, the new Captain America, Sam Wilson. This minifigure is amazing. I gotta say, I have no complaints, no quarrels. Start off with his legs. There's no printing, but the dual molded legs with the red and the blue, it looks so sharp and so clean. I really love the legs. The torso printing is really sharp, really clean. I'm not gonna really be able to show off the back too much because his wings are kind of covering it, but it's very similar to the front, just not as the star's not there. It's just like a belt around, but it still looks really, really good. Then he has the nice new helmet. It's a little bit different than the classic Captain America from the MCU, but it's very similar in style and mold. But if you take it off, you have Sam Wilson underneath. But if we turn him around, he is double-sided. He has like a face mask. I'm guessing it's for like oxygen or whatever when he goes in high altitude. And then he also has different kind of wings that are compared to the other Falcon, just built differently. But he also has I already forgot the little guy's name, but his little sidekick robot thing that you see in the MCU. It's Red something, whatever, Red Hawk or whatever it's called. But it's a nice little addition because in the comics he always has them, and it can kind of come off. Well, in the comics it's an actual hawk, but when it's electronic, it just comes off his suit, kind of like this. In the movies that we've seen before, it's very similar to this. So it's cool they kind of added it built into his wings. The wings have stickering on both sides, so that looks really good. Again, if we turn them again back to the front, you can see there's stickering on the front, but the wings are also built in a way that they can kind of twist and turn in two different ways, so you can really have them go into different flight patterns. It looks really, really good. And then obviously he comes with the iconic Captain America shield, the vibranium shield that we've seen so many times. It's always good to get that again. Overall, I love this Captain America. Am I gonna love him in the movie? I have no idea, but I've got high hopes for this movie, if I'm being honest. Sam Wilson as Captain America, I think it definitely could work. I'm really excited to see it. To start us off with, we have the main build, and this is kind of why there's some problems with the $55, because this build's really tiny, and it's probably going to be forgotten about in a year or two, because I doubt this is going to be something big from the movie. It's just some ship, right? And I don't think it's anybody's special ship or anything like that. There's no name on the box or anything like that. So the ship itself is pretty good. It's pretty easy to build. The tiling and paneling here on the back side, kind of by the wing angles, is very, very good. It's kind of a mixture of black and red tiling. The stickering is kind of symmetrical on all sides. It looks really good. The cockpit, really easy to access, can fit a person in there. It's also really nice with the stickering, computers. That looks really good. If you turn it to the back here, the thrusters look pretty good. There's no like blue or orange or pink thrust or anything like that. I don't think it was needed, but sometimes Lego adds that kind of stuff. But the nice thing is you can open up this back piece here. It's like a little storage piece. You just literally pick it up, and then there's like some cargo, right? So I don't know if it's going to be important in the movie or not. It's like these silver pieces. I don't know if it's supposed to be vibranium or potentially adamantium. I've heard adamantium is going to have a big role in this movie. So potentially that's going to be important. So maybe that's what that's supposed to be, but I don't know. There wasn't anything in the instruction manuals indicating so. And then for your play functions of the ship, there's just 2 stud shooters on both sides. If you just push down, it's a classic stud shooter. So overall, the ship's pretty basic though. There's not a lot going on to it. There's not a lot of play functions. You know, I'll talk about it more at the end, but the $55 just kind of seems strange for this build itself. The minifigures seem pretty good, but $55 for 4 good minifigures doesn't seem right. So there you guys have it. That brings us to the conclusion of this review. Overall, there's a lot I like about this set. The build's pretty good. There's nothing wrong with it. The sticker tiling, the play features, they're all pretty good, pretty standard, but they all look pretty good for the most part. The minifigures is where it really hits for me. They're all really, really good. And sure, we don't know if they're super accurate because we haven't seen the movie. But for what we get, they're all pretty great, I gotta say. It's just $55. You would kind of hope for $55 you'd get a little bit more from the build. And I know piece count isn't everything, but 223 pieces for $55 just seems a little off. You'd hope you get a little bit more from it. I know the minifigures definitely kind of boost that. But again, there just seems to be something off. Even if this was like $45, this would seem to be a little too pricey. Overall, I do like this set, but I just don't think it's worth $55. I think this is a set, once the movie passes, you'll probably see on sale multiple times throughout the year, I would have to imagine. Probably for like $35 even. So I wouldn't recommend buying this. I bought it because I'm an idiot. I like to get sets out reviewed for you guys, especially for the movies or just getting them out early. But I wouldn't recommend buying it. I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10 because of the price. But if the price wasn't a problem, there's nothing wrong with this set. It's very good for what you get. It's just a little pricey. So that's all. So with all that being said, let us know what you guys think down in the comments. If you guys are excited for this movie or not. I'm going to see it day one. We'll get a review out for the movie on the channel. So keep an eye out for that. Let us know if you guys are going to go see it. Let us know what you guys think of the review and the set. If you guys like this set, if you're interested in buying it. And yeah, with that, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like, and we'll see you guys in the next one.